going to be an amazing race. Michael Johnson is in the shape of his life, and you're going to see, I believe, the fastest 400-metre run ever in history. I'd be disappointed if he doesn't break the world record, and hopefully a British record and certainly a medal. That would be great. I mean, you know, who knows what's going to happen? You never know. You can't predict these things, except that Michael Johnson's going to win the gold medal. I can predict that.
Okay, well, thanks, Roger. Let's go out now to Steve Cram.
Dry mouth and thumping heart time down there on the start line. We saw Mark Richardson there in lane 1. Mark has won from lane 1 on a memorable occasion in Oslo. Outside him, Greg Horton of Jamaica, we've just seen. This is Antonio Pettigrew. Roger will know this man. World champion in 1991, just ahead of Roger. Running as well as ever. In fact, running a personal best this year, Pettigrew, looking in very good shape indeed. Saw him training with Marion Jones, actually, in the late spring. Cardenas of Mexico, wearing his colours on his chest and on his head. Has had a great World Championships, has a fantastic lane draw, finished behind Jamie Balch in the World Indoor Championships this year, but outdoors has been a revelation. Well, what more can you say about this man? It's pointless trying to list his achievements. The only one that's left is the only one that I think he really cares about, and most of the people in this stadium, and probably you watching as well. The world record. 43.29 still stands to Butch Reynolds. It's the only thing that Michael Johnson has not done over 400 metres. The reigning world champion. In Athens last time, he wasn't as fit as he would like to be. In Gothenburg, he just missed the world record when he took the gold medal there. Has looked in fantastic shape at these championships, awe-inspiring in the semis. And he said he was looking forward to this. Jerome Young. Well, one or two people had the gall to suggest that Jerome Young might give Michael Johnson a run for his money at these championships. I think most people have put those thoughts to one side, but this is a very talented young man, 23 years of age, the American champion this year. In lane 7, Parrela of Brazil, a South American record holder. Another man who has waited for the World Championships to produce his best form. Improved his national record to 44.37 in a semi-final that was so good, Mark Richardson had to run a season's best just to get into this final. Jamie Balch was in the other semi, ran 45.24. Finds himself in lane 8, which, as we all know, is not the best place to be in a championship final, but if he was watching the women's race, probably he wasn't. Anya Rucker ran a fantastic race from this lane, so he can take heart from that. Jamie in his second World Championship final. It will be all about Michael Johnson and the world record, we think, at the front. But what can Richardson and Jamie Balch do in terms of where the medals go? This man in Atlanta broke the world record over 200 meters in the final with a startling performance. What are we going to see here tonight? Jerome Young outside him. It's a good draw for Johnson. Johnson doesn't necessarily get to the first 200 in the lead. It's the third 100 where he really powers away. So don't be too despondent if it looks as though he's not going as fast as you might think. Away they go then. Mark Richardson will have to work hard around this first bend. Michael Johnson at the moment just making up a little bit of ground on Young, but Cardenas has gone off very fast indeed, and I think Mark Richardson was certainly hoping that that's what might happen. The men in the middle lane get drawn by Johnson, but Johnson beginning to close up on Jerome Young now. There's not much to choose between them. Probably Johnson just in the lead, but let's see what happens around this top bend. Johnson beginning to pull away. Mark Richardson going well. Jimmy Balch has been passed by Parrela. Michael Johnson storming away into the home straight. He's powering away from this world-class field. Michael Johnson storming away to another gold medal, another World Championship title. The world record beckons, and it's gone! 43.19. What a run! Well, there's one or two other people celebrating down there. Cardenas has run the race of his life as well, but Michael Johnson said he would come here and try and do the one thing he has not been able to do in his long distinguished career over 400 metres. He looked as though the first 200 had been run at a very steady pace, but he flew round that top bend and almost seemed to change gear as they came into the home straight. It's been rounded down, David, to 43.18. Parrela took second from Cardenas, but what a race from Michael Johnson.
Superb. What can you say about this man? That, by my reckoning, is his 8th World Championship gold medal from 8 starts. 4 at 400 metres, 2 at 200 metres, and 2 in the 4x4 relay. He's now equal the record of Carl Lewis in these World Championships. Just checking back, Richardson was in 6th place, 44.65. It's outside his best this season, and Jamie Balch was 8th, 45.18. But Johnson, well, he towers above everybody else. He can run the race any way they like. He's going to be number 1. His splits, 21.3 for the first 200, 21.9 for the second 200.
Well, that tells the story, doesn't it? 21.9 for the second 200. Reynolds went through in 21.4 when he broke the world record in Zurich on that marvellous night 11 years ago. And we've waited, oh boy have we waited for this man to come and perform like this, and in a World Championship final as well. It was on the cards after the semi when he ran under 44 seconds. He looked very easy, and talking afterwards, you could tell that he felt it was within him. He said that words really can't describe him. He's so far ahead of the rest. His winning margin over 1 second, and that in 400 metre running is a long, long way.
In fact, it's a lifetime. Parrela in second place, the Brazilian, an area record. Cardenas, Mexico in third place, a national record. Johnson goes on what looks like a slightly weary lap of honour, but no wonder. He's done his running when it mattered. 43.18. Watching it from the start, Johnson, remember, is in lane 5. 3 men outside him. Cardenas went off very quickly, the Mexican. He really did. He closed down on Johnson in the early stages, perhaps too much. But he still came back with the bronze medal. Down the back straight, Johnson closing on Jerome Young. Running the outside, Jamie Balch going well at 200 metres. But Houghton now beginning to close him down, the Jamaican. But this is where Johnson wins the race. From 200 to 300 metres, round the bend. He knows how to race at all levels, be it 200 or 400. And look at the gap he's left there. 43.18. The second man was 44.29. Cardenas of Mexico. And Parrela with the silver, Cardenas with the bronze. But that was some run.
I have to admit, David, my eyes were taken away from that battle for second and third. I was looking at that clock. It was very close on the line. Mark Richardson in the end with 6th place, 44.65. Jamie Balch, always difficult out there in lane 8, 45.18 in 8th place. But they'll remember the day they were in the world record race.